you're in a relationship and your ex is still friends with your family, how do you navigate with your new partner? How do you handle
I
that?
probably would tell my family like, don't invite that. We're done. We're done here. So, yeah, no. I mean, if you happen to bump into them at the grocery store, okay, cool, that's fine. But what are you doing? What are you? That would probably be my approach to my family. Um,
What if
uh,
they didn't?
but if they didn't, then I would have to, again, communicate to my partner, help him to understand, but something I can't help him understand something I don't understand. So, we'll be in our little bubble until.
Actually, I would probably have a conversation with the ex and be like, go get your new friends. I would probably be that one and say, listen, I understand what and communicate what their actions that I was hindering my growth and my progress. I understand that you like my family, they're really great, but right now you're stopping my growth and it's unfair, so please leave. I want my family to get a whole new person. So I'm building something new,
Hmm.
and you're not giving my. It's unfair for you to not give my family an opportunity to grow while I am growing as well. Conversation directly with the ex, not necessarily the family, because the family wouldn't care regardless. But the ex is the one that came into, and they have to leave.
Hmm.
You sound so diplomatic when you said that. It ain't
I
gonna
mean,
come.
she attacked the problem at
It
the
ain't gonna come
source.
out that nice.
Yeah,
Yes,
she attacked it at the source. The family is
Oh,
not the
yeah.
problem. The
yes,
family's going to do what the family's going to do. Family
exactly.
respects you sometimes, and sometimes they don't respect you. Control what you can control.
It was interesting. That was interesting. All right, so in my family, we have a large family here in DC. At the head of my mother, when she starts to know a woman, and usually I'm in long relationships, so she gets comfortable with the young ladies that I end up dating or I date for a long period of time, especially my ex-wife. She told me straight up, I'm always going to invite her. Kids, that's just how it's going to be, and I'm cool with that. And I also told my present girlfriend the same thing. Yo, this is what this is. And then I have my high school sweetheart and a couple other girls that come by the house every now and
Okay.
then.
Hold
But
up
but
now.
but hold up. Every now and then they come by the house, but I'm not there. I may walk up in the house and they're there, but that's just me because they see my car not there. All right, so they're stopping out of the house to see my mom. All right, they're not there to see me. They're not purposely coming over there to see me. All right, it's just if I'm there, I'm there. If I'm not, I'm not. But I definitely am straight up with him about my mom. That's how she is. And she always invites people over to the house, especially because she's that mother who likes people in the house. So
Okay.
I can't control that, and like I tell you, you gotta be comfortable with that. All right.
If your partner had a family and their ex was still coming around, and now you're trying to be the new partner, you handle that. How do you handle the family who hasn't let go of the
I don't
ex
have a
from that
problem
end?
at all because I'm confident in myself.
Okay.
The family's gonna love me. Period. All right. So I welcome it. It's almost like a little competition. Sure, I want to go. I want to see what's going to happen. All right. So yeah, I have no problem with that. And I think when you show you that you have a problem with that, it but whoever the ex is, that's kind of like, yeah, I got you. So for me, I welcome it. If there's somebody that y'all still attached to, be
It
attached
would
to
be a
them.
problem if the family is disrespectful.
Hmm.
Hmm.
If the family, if whenever I'm being brought around and the family's like, that ain't so and so, if she come, like if they're being outright disrespectful, then that's where I think there would be a problem. Because again, especially if you are in a situation where you're dating someone that has children, more than likely inevitable that you're going to encounter this, whoever at a family function or at, different events. So if, as long as the family is, um, not seem like they are not welcoming or things like that, I would give it my all, until you show me otherwise. So.
Okay.
I would talk to my current boyfriend right now. I go straight to the source. I got no time to beat around the bush. I have no time. I have zero time. I have to deal with family when they're disrespectful. When they're disrespectful, that means you're allowing that. The dude that I'm with, they could do whatever. I like I said, I control what I can. I can't control them, their behavior. I'm with you right now. If you
Mhm.
think it's okay to bring me in a situation where I'm disrespectful, that means you have no respect for me. And if you have no respect for me, how can you love me and not respect me? So if you know, nobody knows their family more than the person that, I know my family, like you know your family. If you know your family is one to be making snide remarks, don't put me in that situation where they'll be making some snide remarks. Don't do that, because I'm direct. It'll come out of my mouth. You know who you're with. And I tell you that. And I'm one of those people who say things straight up and people don't believe that. She's not gonna say that. Nah, I will. So I will have the conversation with him and say, this is what I will tolerate and this is what I will not tolerate. I will not be tolerated disrespect by you or your family. If you're gonna put me in a situation like that, then we gotta figure out, is this even worth it? Because this is the beginning of a relationship that you are not gonna go. What's gonna happen if we're 5 years down the line, we have children? I understand, especially if you have children, it's okay. But everybody needs to know their place. Boundaries are extremely important in any old relationship and new relationships. We set those boundaries. We have to have these conversations. If I have kids with someone else and my ex always gonna be there with the kids, fine. That's a parenting relationship. Be the part that we go to every Thanksgiving, that he gotta come, every Christmas they gotta come. Set our boundaries and vice versa.
But what if they want to do Christmas together, man? I gotta see them open those gifts.
Like we said, we're gonna have a little bit. So which holiday do you have? Okay? I'm that one. Which days are yours and which days are mine?
Do you believe someone can be just friends with their ex? So basically, can a man and a woman be friends and not date or have any sexual interaction? Do you believe that's possible?
Absolutely possible.
It's possible? Okay, why?
Like I said before, again, it's about real friendships. What I've realized a lot in society is that people don't take time to build friendships anymore. They build situationships and then jump into bed, slip and fall on something. And then the next thing you know, ooh, we're in something. And that's how they build relationships now. It's never building up a friendship to get to know someone. So if you just jumped in the situation and then you jump out, then I can see the difficulty, because what connected you together was not necessarily a friendship that built and grew into something. So that's why it would be difficult to say, let's have a friendship later on. Because the initial thing that attracted you is probably just the sex. So if you break up again, the next thing that's going to attract you, as in the beginning, is going to be the sex. But if you generally had a friendship with someone and you broke up on amicable terms, I don't see why we can't just be friends and just be okay. I mean, what, we just stop talking to people everywhere we go? It's not realistic.
Definitely.
I think it goes back to what we've been saying, friends, but with boundaries. Like there are boundaries. Y'all can be friends, y'all can have conversation, y'all can, perhaps if you at, like, maybe you're at homecoming, y'all bump into each other, you bump into each other in the grocery store, wherever you may see that person, and y'all can still be cool. But again, it goes back to, well, how often are you engaging with them? Then that you may need to check yourself and ask, do I really only like them as a friend, or do I have the door open for more? And if you know that you have the door open for more, that's not fair to your partner, because then it's not really a friendship, it's a perspective. Like, you have to be honest to yourself and to your partner what the nature of the friendship is.
I think especially when you get into a serious relationship with somebody, and that that's the person you want to spend a lot of time with, there has to be boundaries, and there has to be an understanding that we're not like that anymore. And I think that's both sides. It's not going to work with the new person if you continually engaging with the ex. All right, y'all just can't do that. So it has to be a real friendship, like they said. It has to be boundaries and it has to be understanding, and they have to respect that. And I think everybody should respect each other's wants and needs and how they feel about it.
Some good points. Asking, can a man and a woman be friends, and to actually say yes or no tells you about the person that's answering the question, because you see others' faults from your own faults. It's usually because you can't be trusted. If you can trust someone, usually it's because you can be trusted. You see a person's likeness from yourself. I ask that question, if somebody says that to me, that's the first thing that I think of. So yeah, I believe two people can be friends of opposite sex. I believe you can be friends with your ex. But like you said, there has to be, for you in your relationship, there has to be boundaries set up so you don't cross those lines that offend or hurt either one of you. And as long as that communication is there, I think that you're setting yourself up for more success than not.
Mm-hmm.
If your partner was not okay with you being friends with your ex, how would you handle that? If you were dating somebody and you were friends with your ex and you have, this understanding you put out there and they told you from the beginning, I'm not okay with it. How would you address that situation?
Not ask why they're not okay. What is the source of the discomfort for that friendship? Because by understanding what the source is, then you could just say, you could see, okay, how you could fix it if it's necessary, and maybe communicate to your current partner that there is nothing. To have that conversation. If you're saying I don't like that relationship because I'm on the phone 24/7, then certainly you understand. Yes, I was being slightly disrespectful by always calling, always and stuff. So then I have to know it's not just the person. It doesn't matter what it is. It means my partner is saying you're not spending enough time with me, and their way of saying I want more time from you is saying cut that relationship, because they're identifying that relationship as what's robbing them of the time that they want. What is the reason that you want to have it? And how asking that question, how I ask that question is very important, because if I ask it, so well, why? That might bring a little friction, and then you break down the whole communication of why it's there. So asking that question and how you ask that question too is very imperative. But I want to find out why, and then if it's a legitimate reason, then we could just work on how to improve this. And if the relationship has to be cut off, then yeah, cut off.
That perspective is interesting. So what if they told you and they said, I'm insecure because I was cheated on in my last relationship with someone that was their ex. Mm-hmm. They said that,
Yeah, because then you want to, in your current relationship, you want to make sure. If someone say stop talking to your family, that's a whole other thing. My family, but anyway, in a certain thing, you would I will see if you're saying to me, I don't like this relationship because here's the experience that I've had before, and I'm seeing the same things by your actions. It's reminding me of a lot of things. I don't want to remind my current partner of something that was negative in their past. I don't want to be the synonymous with a failed relationship. Based on my behavior. So I will change my behavior to make sure if I'm definitely interested in the current relationship to make it good.
Going along with how you said it really good. It's about how you ask or how you bring that question to that person. And to me, I think it would be more of what do you need to feel comfortable, or what would you need to be okay with this situation? Because if you are feeling insecure based off something someone else did that's not me, then that tells me something bigger than that. That tells me we don't have trust. That actually doesn't matter what happened with that person, that we need to reevaluate what's going on with us. So what do you need to be comfortable with your ability to trust me? If you're not coming in with that open eye and I'm being penalized for something that somebody else did, then that's not fair to me either. So I think there needs to be some reflection on why you're allowing a pattern that you saw now affect here. Doing if the writings are on the wall, then call those things out and see if those are things that are willing to be, I guess, adjusted. But if I'm being scrutinized, feel based off of something that somebody else did, I can't always be the person that has to pick that up. So we gotta establish that trust.
Okay, so you would want to work on that situation to try to repair that trust. But what if they told you, it's because I know that this guy still has feelings for you. Looks at you and acts around you. I'm a man, I know he still has feelings for you, and that's why I have issues with you still hanging out with your ex. What if that was the case for you?
Well, see, I probably wouldn't be hanging out with my ex, so let's start there. But I probably would. There are people that I converse with, and so if you're saying that you don't ever want me to have a conversation with them, then again, that goes back to that. That's not really reasonable, because if we had a genuine friendship, for me, if I have a bump into them, or if it's a birthday and somebody reaches out to you on Facebook like, hey, how you doing? That shouldn't be an issue. But if I'm doing things that are again, giving more of my time to another person, then yeah, there's reason to have question, but it shouldn't be a all or nothing ultimatum, like because I said so, you can't have a conversation with this person. I don't respond well to ultimatums.
Well, I had that situation, especially when I, 3 years ago when I started with the current girlfriend. Before her, I didn't know how serious we would get. So before her, me and my ex-wife, we would actually hang out. We hang out a lot. I mean, after work, whether I'm at her office just chilling while she's working on some stuff, or we'll go get drinks, or go grab something to eat. It's really nothing to it because we got married at 23. We were married for 20 years. We basically grew up together. So it was nothing because I wasn't in any type of serious relationship. Even though she had her boyfriends, I had my girlfriends that I would see, but we could have a conversation. We could be real with each other. And when I'm with the current girlfriend, she saw that, and she was uncomfortable with that. All right, because she was very uncomfortable with that. I had to make a decision. Once I knew this is who I wanted to be with, I cut off. I didn't hang with her anymore. And there was some pushback by my ex, because she was like, "What's the deal?" Because she got used to that. Just being comfortable of us hanging and being able to talk to each other and be serious. Because we were able to talk to each other like we weren't able to talk to each other when we were married. It was just easier for us to be honest and, really talk to each other and be cool about it, and not having nobody get really mad about it. It's cool now, everybody's cool, everybody's chill. I think everybody has adjusted to the situation.
It seems like even though everybody adjusts to the situation, you tweaked it a bit because, like y'all said in the beginning, it's how you talk to your ex, and you just stated that y'all had a bond unlike you had with your current girlfriend. So I could see how some people will get, feel threatened by that because, you're always chasing to have a greater bond with your partner than they have or had with anyone. And if they see you already have that, it's kind of hard for them to see you ever having that with them. So, you taking time away from that and then reevaluating and coming back to it. I mean, it makes sense. And it seemed like it worked out for the best because you would probably still be having that pushback if you were still in that situation, or you would have broke up.
If you don't talk to me nice, don't talk to me at all.